The genius of Genesis. This is another perspective on the genesis of the Bible. A sort of explanation of why God would possibly put it in those words and in those terms. Think about the psychological effect that creationism has on a person, because what is very interesting is that our Western civilization is very explosively progressive. That's something we are unparalleled by any others in our passion for doing things effectively and quickly. In other places of the world, you find something very different. You find a very conservative nature. People wanting to await and to see things develop slowly. The reason for this, to a large degree, has to do with what kind of perspective these people have on life. In our Western tradition, we have the biblical creation story, which says that God made things in such a short time, and human beings have only existed on Earth for such a short time, and things have happened so quickly. So the most explosive and most progressive times of evolution on Earth are focused on in the Bible. So the slow times of the primitive humans, the very, slowly progressive, one step at a time, one tiny step at a time, those are completely ignored in the Bible. And that's something that I find so ingenious about Genesis, because it focuses on progressive nature and to do things effectively and quickly. That's what God did. Of course, you shouldn't take that literally, that God created the earth in 6 days, but it has to do with the psychological effect that it has on people. That people, the Westerners, they have this thing that they should do things quickly. We should do things very effectively, and we should do it now, because that is in the foundation of our belief of making things effectively and quickly. And that's a contribution we should applaud the Bible for. Without that Genesis story, if you rather have, if the Bible was in the beginning, God used an eternity almost to create the universe, it took billions of years, that would have a very different psychological effect on us humans. If we believed in those times, in our industrial times, that we were the result of millions of years of evolution, it wouldn't encourage us or even make us amenable to doing the things we have done so quickly. This is not an apologetic video about the Genesis account, but it's another perspective on it. A lot of people have asked themselves, why did God make Genesis in that way? Why would he do that? Well, this is sort of an explanation for that. There are a lot of other alternative explanations that does not take the Genesis account literally, but rather to see the more deeper picture here, because that's important here. So think how it would affect you. This is the question I have to you. How would you be affected by thinking you had billions of years, or whether you had a short time? Because even the end of times is also pressing in the Bible. In the Bible you have this, the end of the world is shortly upon us. So you have this, this stress, this sort of, you should do things quickly, you should be, come on, you have to be along with the times now, because things are happening so fast. This is inherent in that culture, and the work ethics of Protestantism is also, among all historians in the world, commonly agree that without the Protestant ideology, the Western world would be far, far behind what it is now. Because the Protestant work ethics is God helps those who help themselves. You should work. You should be, progressive. Not just, in manual labor or anything like that, but just, even if you're unemployed, you should do stuff. You shouldn't be sitting around meditating like some people criticize Buddhists for, because Buddhism is, it's a lot about, meditation and relaxing, and that's something that certainly politicians, they're not too fond of. I would like your perspectives on this. Comments and such are applauded. Okay.